Hey there, back at you again. This is Jeff Knudsen coming to you from Florida, talking about the Red Sea Max 250. And I had mentioned in my videos earlier that I wanted to get you all the way through the cycle of this machine. And we are through the nitrogen cycle and have moved some of the coral over, which I'll show you in a minute. I actually moved all the coral over. And I wanted to just share with you some of the things that are going on in the tank right now. This is, let's see, today is Thursday, so we set the tank up Saturday night, so basically five and a half days. And it's looking pretty good. So we're going to turn it off, turn the camera around, and we'll keep it short tonight and get back to you here in just a second. Hold on. Okay, there's the tank with the coral from the 30-gallon moved over. You can see I've got a little bit of a lot of things and room for more eventually, but we're going to let this thing get good and settled out before we put more coral in it and also move the fish over, which will probably happen this weekend. But one of the things that I noticed, and I don't know if I'll be able to let you see this, but if you've set up an aquarium before, you know that the end of the nitrogen cycle means the beginning of the brown cycle. And fortunately this tank has a lot of circulation, so I'm hoping that there won't be a whole lot of brown algae show up on the seabed, but the brown cycle is brown algae. And maybe you can see it, maybe you can't, but right here behind the toadstool there's a big piece of shell there to the right. That's brown algae coming. Also on this piece of rock right below the piece of coral here, that's brown algae coming, and there's also a little bit over here behind this Lobo brain. So it's coming. Hopefully it won't get too nasty. I may have mentioned in my description yesterday that after I finished the video I found that my new digital thermometer was reading nearly 2 degrees too hot. Took it back, got another one of the same brand, and by the way, this is it. It is a little time and temperature by Lifeguard pass. They all read about 1.5 degrees to 2 degrees too hot. I have the little cheap $8-9 Coral Life on my other two tanks, and according to the chiller, they're dead on the money. So anyway, that's the tank. It's set up. It's running at about 88 degrees, 88-ish degrees, or excuse me, 79, 78 degrees. I don't know why I keep saying 88, 78, 79 degrees in the tank. Everything looks pretty good other than the brown is coming. Pan back over here to the lonely tank. As you can see, my two friends and their friend the anemone are pretty much all that's left other than a couple rocks. Unfortunately, you can also see that there is a little bit of red slime algae, cyanoalgae on the sand bed. So as soon as I feel comfortable, probably Sunday, which is 3 days from now, I'll be taking Nemo and his buddy out of the little tank and moving him over to the big tank. But just fed him and the anemone and my coral banded shrimp there hiding behind the post. And we're going to move those over, like I said, in 2 or 3 days and start dismantling the 30-gallon tank. So if you're in the area and you need some fairly good equipment for another tank, I'm going to have a 2-month-old protein skimmer for a 100 to 110 gallon tank and a 90-gallon hang-on pump and filter system, as well as probably a power head or two. But anyway, that's it for tonight. The tank's in good shape. The reef looks, in my opinion, pretty good. I did lose a couple of little buds of the my favorite hammer coral there. You can see there on the right side that a couple of them are showing their skeleton. I think I had that tipped over a little bit in the tank, and I think that was leaned up against the tank wall. But anyway, all in all, things turned out pretty good. Everything's looking pretty healthy. These coral have been in here 45 minutes to an hour, and most of them have already come out quite a bit, and that's a good sign. So back at you the next time. Thanks for seeing my video again tonight, and we'll see you around the corner here. Check back often. Thanks.